Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends and families, fans and followers. Uh, First of all, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone, right? It's Sunday. So let's meditate and preach a little bit, right? And when you get to this video, please watch it to the end because it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's like a Sunday teaching, Sunday school, right? Okay, let's get to this story. The story of a businessman and two workers. So there was a time a businessman had two workers, right? So one worker pays him all the respect. He respects him all the time in terms of moral values, right? But the other worker does not respect the master at all, the businessman at all. He doesn't respect him. But anytime he gives them some assignment, the worker who does not respect the businessman always completes his assignment on time and beyond expectation, right? He does the job, more than the businessman expects. But the worker who really respects the businessman in terms of moral values never finishes his assignment. So whenever the businessman comes back and asks him why the assignment is not completely done, he always has some excuses. Oh, I had a lot to do. I had to do this one. I had to do that one. So I wasn't able to finish it. So the man always says, okay, that's fine, but make sure you finish it tomorrow. And he says, okay, right? So, but the one who does not respect him at all is always on point when it comes to completing the task and beyond expectation, right? Okay, so now there was at some point the businesses start to fall apart. Like his businesses were collapsing until he could not afford the two workers anymore, right? He has to let one go. So in this situation, who would you advise this businessman to keep, and who would you advise him to let go, right? Would you tell him to keep the one that respects him and let the one who does not respect him but always complete his assignment go? Or would you tell him to keep the one who always complete his assignment and let the one who does not always complete his assignment but always respects him go, right? So now, before we get to the answer, right? Before we get to the answer, let's go back to, let's see how many people reads the Bible, right? Let's go back to the Bible in the book of John, right? In the book of John. I don't remember the chapter, but I know it's in the book of John, right? So Jesus Christ was teaching his disciples, and he told them that the word of God is like a master who had two servants, and he was traveling. So when he was traveling, he gave assignment to each of the servants. So he went to the first servant and told him what to do before he comes back. So the first servant said, "Oh, master, this is too much. Why would you give me all of this to do all by myself? I'm not going to do it. I can't do it." The master said, "Okay, no problem." And then he went to the second servant. So he told the servant what to do. He gave him some assignment to complete before he comes back, because he was traveling. So this servant told the master that, "Oh, master, no problem. I'll make sure I finish everything on time before you come back." So now, when the master left, the servant who told the master that he wasn't gonna complete the assignment, he felt remorse, right? He felt remorse and finished all the assignment, complete everything. So the servant that told the master that he would do everything did not finish the assignment. So now when the master came back and asked each of them to show that the work was done, the one that told the master that he would not do the job, but he did it, he showed to the master that, oh, everything was done. But the servant that told the master that he would complete everything did not complete all the job. So now, Jesus Christ said, so not everybody that is going to accept the word of God, right? Not everyone. They listen, but they don't practice it. But others, they listen and they practice it. So now let's go back to the businessman, right? So now we see it clearly, right? We see it clearly because between these two servants, who is the good one? The good one is the one that said he wasn't going to do the assignment, but he completed it. And the bad one is the one that said he would do it and did not complete it. So when we go back to this businessman story, right? So the person that the businessman has to let go is the worker that always pays him respect, but never completed all his assignments. Because the real respect, we know we all deserve respect. We want people to respect us, but we also want our job to be done, right? Because the real respect is not what you show me face to face, how you behave, but the real respect is what you do behind me when I'm not around. That's the real respect. So even though this worker does not pay respect to the businessman face to face, but when he's not around, he makes sure all his works are done. He is the good worker. That's the real respect, right? So the one that respect him, at his presence, but never completed his assignment, that's not the real respect. The real respect is what you do when the master is not around. That's the real respect. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends and families, fans and followers, that's the message that I have for you guys this morning, this Sunday morning, right? So, take it and meditate it, and then imagine if you have workers and one of them doesn't respect you, but doesn't respect you in terms of moral values or face-to-face, but always complete your assignments, that's the good worker. That's the worker that really, really, really respects you. So that's the one you need to keep, and that's the one you need to reward all the time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.